previous class lecture may or may not be applicable or may not be useful for this class lecture. Some topics, yes, it is useful. Some topics, oh, it is not useful. They are independent. Some topics, they are dependent from the previous lecture. Listen to this very, very carefully, sir. Now, I'll take the last question, whatever we have solved in the previous question. If you have attended my previous class, please validate this question because this is the last question what we have taken. I am just drafting the question for you people and I am solving it one more time for all the people who are watching this video. Now, this is the question, sir. This was the last question what we discussed in our previous class. Now, listen to this carefully. First, I'll read the question for you people, then we will solve the question. The question says, if a person travels at speeds of 40 kilometers per hour and 60 kilometers per hour, they are telling that a person is traveling at a speed of 40 kilometers per hour and he is also traveling at a speed of 60 kilometers per hour. He reaches office at 7 p.m. and 2 p.m. respectively. If he is traveling at 40, he is reaching at 7. If he is traveling at 60, he is reaching at 2 p.m. Your question is, if we want to reach office at 5 p.m., if we want to reach office at 5 p.m., at what speed should he travel? What is the speed that he needs to travel? Just for 2 minutes, again I am repeating the last problem what we discussed in the previous lecture. Now see here, sir. Same logic whatever we discussed in the previous class. I don't know the distance, but distance I can assume it as LCM of the given speeds. LCM of 40 and 60 is nothing but 120 kilometers. I am assuming the distance as 120 kilometers. This 120 kilometers may or may not be the correct value. I am just assuming it. If I assume it as 120 kilometers, first day, in 1 hour he will cover 40 kilometers. 1 hour 40 to cover 120 it will be 3 hours. Second day, 1 hour 60 kilometers to cover 120 it will be 2 hours. First day he is traveling for 3 hours. Second day he is traveling for 2 hours. What is the difference in time in both the days? Difference in time in both the days is 3 hours and 2 hours is 1 hour. Right? Difference in time in both the days is 3 and 2 is 1 hour. That means according to my assumption, the difference in time is 1 hour. According to my assumption, the distance is 120 kilometers. But according to the question, the difference is not 1 hour. 2 o'clock, 7 o'clock, what is the difference? It is 5 hours. According to question, it is 5 hours. 1 into 5 is 5. 120 also multiply by 5. 120 into 5 is how much? 600 kilometers. That means distance that needs to be traveled is 600 kilometers. I am just repeating the previous problem, the last question what we discussed in the previous class. I hope everyone is clear till this point of a time. Now see here. I want to find at what speed should he travel if we want to reach office at 5 o'clock. Speed is nothing but distance by time. But distance will not change. Distance is constant. Whether you increase the speed or decrease the speed or go at whatever speed you require, the distance still remains the same. That means distance is calculated as 600. That is constant divided by time. If I calculate this time value, my answer is over. Now see here. I have two conditions, top and bottom. You take any condition of your choice, you will get the same answer. Suppose if I take the top condition, 40 kilometers per hour, I will reach at 7 p.m. 40 kilometers per hour means in 1 hour I will cover 40 kilometers. Right? In 1 hour I will travel 40 kilometers. But I know that I should not only cover 40, I should actually cover how much? 600 kilometers. 40 is becoming 600. Multiply by 15. 40 into 15 is 600. 1 also multiply by 15. 1 into 15 is how much? 15 hours. That means if I am traveling at a speed of 40 kilometers per hour, then I will take 15 hours to reach the destination. Right? I will take 15 hours to reach the destination. Now, understand it carefully, sir. I will take 15 hours to reach the destination. if I travel at 40 kilometers per hour speed. If I take 15 hours, when I see the time at the end of the destination, after 15 hours journey, the time will be 7 o'clock in my watch, right? The time will be 7 o'clock in my watch. Suppose if I had seen the watch at 5 o'clock itself, which is 2 hours before 7 o'clock, then I would have traveled for 2 hours less than 15 hours. 2 hours less than 15 hours means how much? 13 hours. So speed will be equal to 600 by time. For at 5 p.m. how many hours would I would have traveled? For 13 hours. 600 by 13 kilometers per hour. Right? 600 by 13 kilometers per hour. I believe that everyone who is watching this video has understood this logic, which is already discussed in my previous lecture. I hope it is clear, sir. But for all the students who remember, I also told you that we will eliminate this methodology for similar kind of question. I also told at the last ending of the lecture that I will try to discuss the similar kind of question with the change in numerical values, probably with a different methodology. This is also a very good method to apply in your exam. But we will see another method where we can solve the questions in a little bit faster way, and we will also see why that method cannot be applied for this particular question. That also we will see. I hope it is clear, sir. I'll just come back to the live chat. This is still the last problem of the previous class. We have not started today's class. Now we will start the class. Please write down the heading, sir. Very important concept. Please write down the heading. Application of AM and HM. Application of AM and HM. AM stands for arithmetic mean, HM stands for harmonic mean. Application of AM and HM in time, speed and distance. In time, speed and distance. Boats and streams. Man and escalators. Application of AM and HM in time, speed and distance, boats and streams, man and escalators. Time, speed and distance, boats and streams, man and escalators. Now, everyone listen to this very carefully, sir. Very interesting concept. Listen to this carefully. Gopi Reddy, how 13 hours? Gopi Reddy, that is what we discussed in the previous class. I believe that you have attended my previous class. But having said that, I'll just explain it for 1 minute. Gopi Reddy, they are saying that if he is traveling at 40 kilometers per hour speed, he will reach at 7 p.m. If he wants to reach at 5 p.m., at what speed should he travel? Total distance is 600 kilometers, Gopi. That means in 1 hour he will cover 40. To cover 600, he will totally take 15 hours. He will take 15 hours. Now, Gopi, you are traveling in a bus or a train. You took 15 hours to travel. From your home to some destination, you took 15 hours to travel. After you traveled for 15 hours, you saw the time in your watch. The time is showing as 7 p.m. Right? The time is showing as 7 p.m. But you had also seen the watch at 5 p.m. Right? You had also seen the watch at 5 p.m. 5 p.m. is nothing but 2 hours before 7 p.m. If you had seen the watch 2 hours before 7 p.m., you would have traveled 2 hours before 15 hours. 2 hours before 15 hours is 13 hours, Gopi. I hope it is clear. Hemanta. AM is nothing but arithmetic mean. Arithmetic mean is nothing but average, which we will discuss in today's class evening session. HM is nothing but harmonic mean. This is something which we have studied in 7th standard or 8th standard textbooks. My sincere suggestion for all the students who are watching this video is Please go through the basic concept before you come for the class. We are here to discuss the shortcuts. We are not here to discuss everything in detail with respect to basics, which we have studied from our 7th standard or 6th standard. That is something which is mandatory for you people to know before you attend the classes, sir. Because we are very focused in learning some of the best shortcuts to solve the problems. Let us only concentrate on those particular things. Clear, sir? Everyone? AM is arithmetic mean, HM is harmonic mean. Hemanta, I hope it is clear. Anyway, you need to know only few things for this particular domain. Let us see that, sir. Now see here. Suppose, first key point. Suppose I will take two elements, A and B. I will call the elements of A as A1, A2 and A3. I will call the elements of A as A1, A2 and A3. Similarly, I will call the elements of B as B1, B2 and B3. Right? I will call the elements of B as B1, B2 and B3. What I will do is, I will call these elements of A, A1, A2 and A3. Let that be in arithmetic progression. What is arithmetic progression? 1, 2, 3 is arithmetic progression because the common difference between the consecutive terms is the same. 4, 6, 8 is arithmetic progression because the common difference between 4 and 6 is 2, 6 and 8 is also 2. That means any consecutive terms where the difference is the same, then it is called as arithmetic progression. I am taking a series A, suppose that is in arithmetic progression, and I will also assume that let A and B are inversely proportional to each other. Right? Let A and B are inversely proportional to each other. Now, listen to this carefully, sir. If A and B are inversely proportional to each other, B and A also will be inversely proportional to each other. Reverse is also true. That means, can I say that B is nothing but 1 by A? Right? B is nothing but 1 by A. B1 will be equal to 1 by A1. B2 will be 1 by A2. B3 will be 1 by A3. Now, very important point. If A1, A2, A3 are in arithmetic progression, then the reciprocals of A1, A2, A3, 1 by A1, 1 by A2, 1 by A3, they are nothing but in harmonic progression. Harmonic progression is nothing but the reciprocal of arithmetic progression. That means, can I say that if the elements of A are in arithmetic progression, then definitely the elements of B will be in harmonic progression only if A and B are inversely proportional to each other. Right? A and B are inversely proportional to each other. Very important point. Whenever two parameters are inversely proportional to each other, if one parameter is in arithmetic progression, the other parameter should definitely be in harmonic progression. It is mandatory, right? The other parameter should definitely be in harmonic progression. Same logic is applicable here also. Now see here, in this particular topic, speed and time are inversely proportional to each other, right? Similar to A and B. Speed and time are inversely proportional to each other. That means, can I say that if speed is in arithmetic progression, then the time period will be in harmonic progression, or if time is in arithmetic progression, then the speed will be in harmonic progression. Very important point. Whenever any two parameters are inversely proportional to each other, if one parameter is in arithmetic progression, the other parameter will definitely be in harmonic progression. I hope it is clear. The other will definitely be in harmonic progression. That is your first key point. Second key point. Second key point is something which will be there in your 7th standard or 8th standard textbook. Please refer to it if you are not good in basics, sir. Now see here. Second key point says, if three elements A, B and C are in harmonic progression, if three elements A, B and C are in harmonic progression, then this middle value B is called harmonic mean of A and C, right? The middle value B is called harmonic mean of A and C, and that B is given by 2ac by a plus c. Very, very important notation. Middle value b is called harmonic mean of a and c, and that b value is given by 2ac by a plus c. We will solve some of the very, very good questions using the concept of arithmetic mean and harmonic mean. Close to around 3 to 4 good questions we will solve it, which says that whenever two parameters are inversely proportional, if one is in AP, the other will be in HP. That is the first key point. Second important key point is, if A, B, C are in harmonic mean progression, middle value B is called harmonic mean of A and C, and it is given by 2AC by A plus C. I hope everyone is clear with the logic. This is the concept, sir. We have still not started using any problems or solving any problems. We will solve the problems very, very soon. I hope it is clear. Just to go through the screen for the next 30 seconds of time. Hemanta, very clear. Good, sir. If two parameters are inversely proportional to each other, if one is in AP, the other will be in HP. That is the concept. Because AP and HP are inverse of each other. Clear? Now let us go to the problems using this concept. Now, please listen to this carefully. First question. I am drafting the question on the screen. First question. Now, first let us read the question. The question says, if a person travels at speeds of 12 kilometers per hour and 15 kilometers per hour and 15 kilometers per hour, he will reach office at 11 p.m. and 9 p.m. respectively. If he wants to reach office at 10 p.m., at what speed should he travel? Right? At what speed should he travel? If you have understood, if you have listened to my previous class also and this lecture from starting, this is nothing but exactly equal to the last problem whatever I discussed in my previous class, which I again repeated in today's class as the first problem before I took up the next concept. Only thing is the change in numerical values, right? Rest all remains the same. So, one method that you can apply to solve this particular question is the methodology what we applied in the first problem when we started the today's class. That is one of the method what you can implement. Implement that method, get the answer. That is one of the method. Second method. Now, listen to this carefully, sir. Please observe carefully. They are asking you, at what speed should he travel to if we want to reach office at 10 p.m. That is the question. Now see here. Observe carefully. These are nothing but speeds, right? These are nothing but speeds. These are nothing but time periods, right? These are time periods. Can I say that time periods 9, 10 and 11. 9, 10 and 11 are in arithmetic progression because the common difference between the consecutive terms is the same. Time is in arithmetic progression. If the time is in arithmetic progression, speed will be in harmonic progression. Just 2 minutes before we discuss this concept, speed will be in harmonic progression. Harmonic progression middle value is given by, this middle value question mark is given by 2 into A into C divided by A plus C. Simplify this by using simplifications, you will get the answer. So it is 2 into 12 into 15 divided by 27. You will get the answer in fraction, keep it in fraction or decimal. Very, very easy way of solving. You need not apply the methodology which I taught you 5 minutes or 10 minutes before when I started the class, which is the first problem of today's class. That methodology can also be applied to solve this question. But if you are little careful, if you are little a good observer, you can observe that the time periods 9, 10 and 11 are in arithmetic progression. Just 5 minutes before we discussed the concept. If time is in arithmetic progression, speed will be in harmonic progression. And the speed middle value is given by 2AC divided by A plus C. Substitute it, simplify, you will get the answer. Very easy way of solving, sir. Harjinder, It might be basic, sir. We are all basic driven students. We started the class right now. I request you to listen to the class. Next problem is the original CAT question. And the CAT exam can never be considered as the basic exam. And to be very honest with you, I am sure that most of the students who are listening to this class are unaware of the concept which I am discussing. I am basically here to teach you the basics and the next level questions which will make you solve the questions in a completely different way of solving, sir. You might feel that the question is basics, but definitely I can say you with experiential authority that the concept is powerful. The concept can never be the basics. And I am sure that most of the students wouldn't know this concept. Next question. Clear, sir? Next. Harjinder, this is for you, sir. It's a next question is a original CAT examination. This question came in the CAT examination. You can refer to this question if you want to in your Google or some other CAT source. And please remember, CAT is considered as one of the toughest examination in India. I am drafting the question for you, sir. Now, listen to this carefully. Second question. Second one. A, B and C. First let us read the question. A, B and C starts from same place and travel in same direction at speeds of 30, 40 and 60 kilometers per hour. First let us write the question. There are three people A, B and C. A, B and C starts from same place and travel in speeds of 30 kilometers per hour, 40 kilometers per hour and 60 kilometers per hour. This is the question, right? This is the first statement. Now, for all the viewers who are watching this video, this is the original CAT examination. In CAT, the question is, instead of person A, it is given as Arun. Instead of person B, it is given as Barun. Instead of person C, it is given as Kiran Mala. You can refer the same question in your Google. Just type Arun, Barun. Probably you will get the entire question by using Google search. Right? A, B and C. I just replaced Arun, Barun and Kiran Mala by A, B and C. That's the only difference. A, B and C start from same place and travel in same direction at speeds of 30, 40 and 60 kilometers per hour. That's the first statement. Next one. Next statement. B starts 2 hours after A. Now, please understand this statement. B will start 2 hours after A. Suppose, for example, if I say that I will start 2 hours after you start. What is the meaning of I will start 2 hours after you start? If I say that I will start 2 hours after you start means that only means that the time difference between you and I. The time difference between you and I is how many hours? It is 2 hours. So it here also B starts 2 hours after A. B starts 2 hours after A means the time difference between A and B is given as 2 hours. Right? This is given in the question. The time difference between A and B is given as 2 hours. The next statement says, if B and C overtake A at the same instance, if B and C overtake A at the same instance, how many hours after A did C start? How many hours after A did C start? That means they are asking you in the question, how many hours after A did C start means what is the time gap between A and C, right? What is the time gap between A and C? This is what is asked in the question. Now, listen to this carefully, sir. Very, very easy way of solving. First of all, please try to understand the concept. We are discussing a concept of arithmetic mean and harmonic mean. Check whether these are nothing but speeds, 30, 40 and 60. These are nothing but speeds. Check whether the speeds are in arithmetic progression. 30 and 40, the difference is 10. 40 and 60, the difference is not 10. So common difference is not same. Therefore, they are not in arithmetic progression. If they are not in arithmetic progression, check whether they are in harmonic progression. If harmonic progression is middle value 40 is given by 2 into 30 into 60, 2 into A into C, divided by a plus c. 30 plus 60 is 90. If I simplify, this is 3 times, this is 20 times. 2 into 20 is 40. So 40 will be equal to 40. Left hand side is equal to right hand side. That means, can I say that the speeds are in harmonic progression, right? The speeds are in harmonic progression. If the speeds are in harmonic progression, time periods will definitely be in arithmetic progression. That means, arithmetic progression means the common difference between the consecutive terms should be same. That means, if the time gap between A and B should be the 2 hours, the time gap between B and C should also be 2 hours, because the time is in arithmetic progression. But they are asking you in the question, what is the time gap between A and C? A and C is nothing but 2 plus 2 hours. What should be the answer? Answer is 4 hours. I hope it is clear, sir. Very, very easily you can solve this question by using the concept of arithmetic mean and harmonic mean. The concept what we are discussing is application of AM and HM. We will only try to solve some of the questions which can be solved by using this concept. Rest all we will not solve it as of now. I hope it is clear. We will come back to the live chat. We will check any doubt students has. Sunil Kumar, in which year this question came? Sunil, if I remember right, probably 2012, sir. I am not that 100% sure about it. If I remember right, it is 2012. But my suggestion for you is just Google this question, you will get the source, which year it was asked. That's the easy way of doing it. Pushpak Vinod, very good, sir. You got the answer right. Sarita Shri, that is my second method, ma. That is my second method. What if time values are not in arithmetic mean? That is my second method. I am solving a question where you can apply the concept of arithmetic mean and harmonic mean. You should also know how to solve the same question if the values given are not in arithmetic mean or not in harmonic mean. That is my method 2. I hope it is clear. Anand, explain last step. Last step is Anand. First of all, they are giving in the question, B starts 2 hours after A. I am starting 2 hours after Anand is starting. That means the time gap between Anand and I, it is 2 hours. This is given in the question, right? This is given in the question. Now, what they are asking in the question is, how many hours after A did C start? That means they are asking the time gap between A and C, right? The time gap between A and C is asked in the question. Now see here, Anand. We understood that speeds are not in arithmetic progression. Let us check whether they are in harmonic progression or not. Harmonic progression middle value is 2 into A into C divided by A plus C. Yes. Because left hand side is equal to right hand side, speeds are in harmonic progression. If the speeds are in harmonic progression, definitely therefore the time will be in arithmetic progression. Arithmetic progression means if the common difference between A and B is 2 hours, B and C should also be 2 hours. But they are asking for A and C. A and C is nothing but 2 plus 2. 2 plus 2 is how much? 4 hours. I hope it is clear, Anand. I hope it is clear. Purnima, how 2 hours between B and C? That is what we are saying it must suppose. Suppose for example, I say that you take some series. I say that the series is 1, 2, 3, 4 and next number is question mark. Because the difference between these two is 1, these two also is 1, these two also is 1, these two should also be 1. What should be the next number? 5. Same is the case here. I hope it is clear, Purnima. Hemanta, I hope it is clear. Repeat the last point. Time is in arithmetic progression. Yes, Vinod, you are right. Now, suppose you might get a doubt. Sir, you are applying the logic only because the time is in or the speed is in harmonic progression, right? The speed here speed is in harmonic progression. Now time is not, sorry, speed is not in arithmetic progression. So we checked whether speed is in harmonic progression. It became that it coincidentally happened that speed is in harmonic progression, but may not be every time in the examination. So what if speeds are not in harmonic progression also? How to solve the same question? That is the next method. Now listen to this carefully, sir. Again I am discussing the same question which was asked in the CAT examination. See here, suppose, again I am drafting the question for you. Now see here, same question I am solving it in a different way. Listen to this carefully, sir. Suppose for example, A, B and C starts from same place and travel in same direction at the speeds of 30, 40 and 60 kilometers per hour. Right, at speeds of 30, 40 and 60 kilometers per hour. This is the first statement. Right, this is the first statement. Second statement says B starts 2 hours after A. That means the time difference between A and B is given as 2 hours. Right? They are asking you how many hours after A did C start. The time difference between A and C they are asking in this question. Now see here. We already discussed AM and HM concept. That is one method. The other way of solving. Now see here, sir. I know that the distance is constant. I'll assume the distance of as LCM of 30, 40 and 60. LCM of 30, 40, 60 is 120 kilometers. If I assume it as 120 kilometers, A, in 1 hour he will cover 30. To cover 120 he will take 4 hours. B, in 1 hour he will cover 40. To cover 120 he will take 3 hours. C, in 1 hour he will cover 60. To cover 120 he will take 2 hours. Now who assumed this 120? I assume this 120. Because of this 120 only I am getting this 4. Because of 120 only I am getting this 3. And because of 120 only I am getting the 2 also. That means whatever is written on the screen as of now is according to my assumption. Can I say that according to my assumption the time difference between A and C, the time difference between A and B is 4 hours, 3 hours. What is the time difference between A and B? The time difference between A and B is 1 hour according to my assumption. But according to the question, the time difference between A and B is how many hours? It is 2 hours. 1 should become 2. Multiply by 2. All these values also multiply by 2. So this becomes 8 hours. This becomes 6 hours. This becomes 4 hours. Now observe that the time difference between A and B is 2 hours, which is actually true according to the question. They are asking you the time difference between A and C. 8 and 4. What should be the difference? 4 hours. Very, very logical way of solving. Very, very easy way of solving without using any formulas or variables. It is all about the conceptual clarity. It is all about the concept that you need to learn, sir, not the formulas. I hope it is clear. Hemanta, let me clear, sir. If one value is HP, then second value must be AP. Yes, sir. It is only true when two parameters are inversely proportional to each other. Speed and time are inversely proportional to each other. So that is the reason. In the previous method, method 1, speed was in HP. So therefore time should be in AP. That is the concept what we discussed before starting the problems. I hope everyone is clear with method 2. Just check it for the next 30 seconds, sir. I am there in the live chat. The speeds are in harmonic progression, so time should be in arithmetic progression. That is the first method what we implemented. The second method what we implemented is the same method what we discussed in our previous class. That means distance is constant. From there also you can get the answer. Whichever the method you are comfortable, please use that method. Ultimately, the intention is to get the answer in a faster way so that we can maximize the number of questions and maximize our score. I hope it is clear, sir. Next question. Now, listen to this carefully. See here. I also told that the same logic can be applicable. The same logic can be applicable in boats and streams and man and escalators. Listen to this carefully, sir. Suppose how to use this concept in boats and streams. I'll just create one question for you people. See here, in boats and streams, if I want to apply this logic, there are three conditions in boats and streams. First condition is water is flowing in this direction with a speed of W. Water is flowing in this direction with a speed of W. Boat is also moving in the same direction with a speed of B. Water is moving in the direction given in the speed of W. Boat is also moving in the same direction with a speed of B. Because boat is moving in the same direction as that of water, the water will help the boat to reach the destination fast. So the speed will be combination of both B and W. It is B plus W. Second scenario is water is not flowing. The speed of water is very negligible. It is approximately equal to 0. Such kind of water is called as still water, right? Such kind of water is called as still water. Boat is alone trying to move in this direction and reach the destination. So if a boat is moving to reach the destination in still water, then the speed is nothing but B plus 0. It is B, right? It is B. And the third scenario is water is moving in this direction W. Boat is moving in the opposite direction to that of the water. Because the boat is moving in the opposite direction to that of the water, the water will retard the flow of boat. The speed will be how much? B minus W, right? The speed will be B minus W. Now listen to this carefully, sir. Listen to this carefully. I'll just draft a question using this concept. Suppose if the question is, if boat and water are moving in the same direction, such kind of speed is called as downstream speed. I am just explaining the terminologies before I draft a question. If both and water are moving in the same direction, that is called as downstream speed. If only boat is moving in still water, such kind of speed is called as B. B is nothing but speed of boat. B is nothing but speed of boat in still water. B is the speed of boat in still water. And the last scenario is, if boat is moving in the opposite direction to that of water, such kind of speed is called as upstream speed, right? Such kind of speed is called as upstream speed. That means, can I say that downstream speed is B plus W, upstream speed is B minus W. B is nothing but the boat in still water. W is nothing but speed of water current, or some textbooks will give speed of water, some will give speed of current, some will give speed of stream. Everything refers to W itself, right? Now see here, everything refers to W itself. Now if I draft a question for this, can I say that if both boat and water are moving in the same direction, it takes 40 seconds for the boat to reach the destination, right? It takes 40 seconds for the boat to reach the destination. If both boat and water are moving in the opposite directions, it takes 60 seconds for the boat to reach the destination. Your question is, how much time it will take for the boat to reach the destination if the boat is moving in still water, right? If the boat is moving in still water. Now, very easy way of solving. Observe carefully, sir. Very easy way of solving. B plus W, B plus W, B minus W. They are in arithmetic progression, because in arithmetic progression we studied A plus D, A minus D. They are in arithmetic progression. That means B plus W, B minus W are nothing but the speeds. So can I say that speeds are given in arithmetic progression? If the speeds are in arithmetic progression, the time period which I am circling right now, the time period will definitely be in harmonic progression. Harmonic progression middle value is given by 2 into 40 into 60 divided by 40 plus 60. If I simplify this, I will get 48 kilometers per hour. Very easy way of solving. Sorry, it is not 48 kilometers per hour, it is 48 seconds. Very easily you can get the answers if you know the concept. If you are good in concept, very easily you can get the answers. I hope it is clear. Very easy way of solving. Speeds are in arithmetic progression. Time period will definitely be in harmonic progression. Please realize that in any boats and stream problems, b plus w, b minus w should definitely be there, and they are always in arithmetic progression. That means boats and stream problems of speeds will definitely be in arithmetic progression. I hope it is clear. Let me come to the live chat right now. Jitender, sir, but B starts 2 hours after 2 hours. But how you solve starting all the time, all at the same time? I did not start all at the same time, sir. Where did I start all at the same time? Can you please explain me where did I start all at the same time? Even in method 1 or at method 2, I did not start all at the same time. What is the concept of overtaking here? That really does not make any difference in this case, Kirti. I'll take some of the questions where a person will overtake the other person in linear races topic. Then you will understand much better. And then you will understand why you can ignore that particular statement in this particular question. Vikrant, we will try to solve the similar kind of a question in another method. Suppose if we discuss boats and stream topics. Whenever we discuss boats and stream topics by any chance, then we will discuss the similar kind of questions in a different method, sir. I am discussing this method because we are discussing that particular concept right now. AM and HM is the concept what we are discussing, and that is the reason I am also discussing using that method. We will come back to another method when we try to solve boats and stream problems. Santosh, the videos will not be kept offline, sir, but you have a ways of watching the videos again and again that you will understand over a period of time. Now see here. Same logic, sir. Man and escalators. Similar kind of question, similar understanding. Suppose this is the escalator. Escalator is moving up with a speed of E. Man is also trying to move up with a speed of M. Both modes and stream, man and escalators are exactly same. The speed is M plus E. Second statement. Escalator is not moving. Escalator is switched off. Speed of escalator is 0. Man is alone to try to move up. The speed is M. Third statement. Escalator is moving down. Man is trying to move up, which is slightly a difficult task, but can be done. So speed is M minus E, right? Speed is M minus E. Same numbers if I give like the previous question. Suppose the question becomes, if both man and escalators are moving up, or maybe if the man is trying to move up an escalator which is going up, it takes 40 seconds for the man to reach the top of the escalator. It takes 60 seconds for the man to reach the top of the escalator. If it is going down and the man is trying to move up, how much time it will take for the man to reach the top of the escalator if the escalator is switched off, right? If the escalator is switched off. Now, same logic I am implementing. I see that some of the students say that it is offline. Please try to refresh your page, sir. Try to refresh your page. I'll just wait for another 30 seconds before everything is proper again, because I am able to see it in my mobile. Deepak, Vasanti, can I continue, sir? Is it working right now? Yes, I believe that it is working. See here, sir. 40 seconds to reach the top of the escalator if escalator and man are moving up. 60 seconds to reach the top of the escalator if both are in opposite direction. How much time for the man to reach the top if the escalator is switched off? That is the question. Same logic like the previous question. M plus E, M minus E. These are nothing but speeds. Speeds are in arithmetic progression. If the speeds are in arithmetic progression, time period will definitely be in harmonic progression. In harmonic progression, the middle value is given by 2 into A into C. Sorry, this is not 20, this is 2. 2 into A into C divided by A plus C. If I simplify, again it takes 48 seconds. Very easily you can solve some of the questions which are slightly tricky questions in your examinations using the concept of AM and HM. Please understand the fact that wherever boats are there, replace boats by man. Wherever stream is there, replace the stream by escalator. All the boats and stream questions becomes a man and escalator questions. There is no difference between boats and stream and man and escalator topics except the variable difference. It really does not make any difference if you take a different variable, right? Both are same logic, sir. Do not unnecessarily waste your time by thinking some other logic. We will try to solve boats and streams questions in a different way. Suppose if we take that particular topic of boats and streams. I hope it is clear. We are discussing a concept of AM and HM. Next. Now, please write down the next heading. Very important concept. Very important topic. Problems based on trains. Close to around 10 questions we will discuss in this particular train topic before we wind up today's class. Please remember today's class is till 7:45. We started the class at 6:15. We will extend the class till 7:45 or 8 if need by. Problems based on trains. 10 very good questions we will solve it, then we will wind up the session. Listen to this very carefully, sir. Problems based on trains. Now, there are 4 varieties in trains. First thing is, suppose there is a train. This is just a basic concept first to understand how to solve the problems. Then we will solve some basic questions initially 3 to 4. Then we will scale up to next level question. Then we will also scale up to other next level questions. Now see here. Suppose there is a train. A train is moving in this direction with a speed of S1. The length of the train is L1. The length of the train is L1. There is a man who is standing on the platform. There is a man or a pole. The length of the man is negligible. Very negligible. I'll approximately tell it as 0. Suppose if I ask you a question, how much time this train will take to completely cross the man standing on the platform? Speed is distance by time. Time is nothing but distance by speed. Distance is nothing but the length of the given parameters. So only L1 is considered because L2 is approximately 0 or it is L1 plus 0. So L1 divided by speed. Question says how much time the train takes to completely cross the man standing on the platform. He is not moving. So only speed of the train is considered. It is S1. That is the first scenario. Second case says train with speed S1, length L1 is moving in this direction. This is the basic concept to understand problems, sir. Is moving in this direction. The train will cross a platform. The train will cross a platform or a bridge. The train will cross a platform or a bridge. The length of the platform is not negligible. It has some length. I will call that length as L2. Right? I will call that length as L2. So your question is, how much time the train will take to completely cross the platform which is stationary? So platform will not move, sir. You know that concept. So it is stationary. So length is distance by speed. Distance is both the lengths together. L1 plus L2. Speed is nothing but only train is moving. So it is S1, right? Only train is moving, it is S1. Now see here, the third concept and the last fourth concept before we move on to problems. Suppose there is a train with speed S1, length L1. It is moving in this direction, right? There is another train with speed S2 and length L2. It is also moving in the same direction as the first train in a different track, right? As the first train in a different track. How much time the first train S1, which is moving at S1, takes to completely cross the second train which is moving at speed S2? Distance by speed. Distance is nothing but both the lengths together. Speed, very important concept which we have discussed in our classes when we studied in our school days, probably 7th or 8th class, in physics or mathematics, the concept of relative speed. It says that whenever any two bodies are traveling in the same direction, whenever any two bodies are traveling in the same direction, the relative speed is nothing but the difference between the speeds, which is S1 minus S2, right? And the last concept is speed S1, length L1 train is moving in this direction. There is another train with speed S2 and length L2. This is moving in the opposite direction of the first train in a different track. Your question is, how much time the train L1 will take to complete the cross the train L2? So distance is L1 plus L2 divided by speed is, whenever two bodies are traveling in the opposite direction, speed is nothing but the addition of the speeds, right? Speed is addition of the speeds. I hope you have understood the basics concept which needs to be taken care of while solving trains problems. Again I am repeating, first case is a scenario where a train is moving and crossing a platform, man or a pole. Length is 0 of that. So it is L1 plus 0 and S1 plus 0, because there is no different length for the second person and the second person is not moving, right? So L1 by S1. Please observe carefully. In every case, numerator is nothing but L1 plus L2 itself. Every case it is L1 plus L2. If the L2 is 0, make it as 0. That's the only difference. And similarly, in every case, the denominator is speed. Speed is nothing but, if only one parameter is moving, write that speed. If two parameters are moving, if they are moving in same direction, subtract it. If they are moving in opposite direction, add it. This is the basic concept to understand the problems. I hope it is clear. Now see here, sir. Now listen to this carefully. 4 concepts. Let us solve 3 to 4 basic problems initially. First, let us start with the basics. We will solve 3 to 4 basic problems. Then we will move on to next level problems. See here. I will draft the question for you guys. First 3 to 4 are very easy questions, and I already told that they are basic questions. Do not again post it in the live chat saying that they are basics. Yes, they are basics for you to understand. See here. First question. First one. Krishna, we will come back to such kind of questions, sir. Please listen to the class. I believe that your doubt will be clarified, sir. Just 5 minutes. Please listen to this. I hope you will understand it clearly. See here. Suppose a train of length 500 meters. L1 is given as 500 meters. Traveling at 72 kilometers per hour. S1 is given as 72 kilometers per hour. Approaches a man standing on the platform. That means a man is standing on the platform. That means because it's a man, L2 is 0, S2 is also 0 because he is standing. That means it's the scenario of first case, right? It's the first case scenario. Your question is, how much time does it take to completely cross him? Very easy logic. Time is nothing but distance by speed. Distance is L1, speed is S1, right? Now, but observe carefully, L1 is given in meters, S1 is given in kilometers per hour. They both are not matching. Convert kilometers per hour into meters per second. So it is, whenever you are converting, multiply by 5 by 18. 18 into 1, 18 into 4. 5 into 4 is 20 meters per second. So time is nothing but L1 is 500, S1 is 20. 500 by 20 is 25 seconds. Yes, Shiva Prasad, you are right, sir. Answer is 25 seconds. Just a preliminary question to start with. Three questions will start with easy questions, then the next level, then we will go to the next level also. Close to around 9 to 10 questions will solve by using this concept. Suppose, second question. Second one. Second one. I am drafting the question again. Read the second question, sir. The second question says, refer to question 1. Refer to question 1 means whatever the data which we have written in question 1, same data holds good for question 2 also. That is the meaning of refer to question 1. So L1 is 500, S1 is 72 kilometers per hour, which is 20 meters per second. Next, continue the question. If the man also starts moving in the same direction as the train at the speed of 10.8 kilometers per hour, speed of the second parameter is given by 10.8 kilometers per hour. So it is 10.8 into 5 by 18. So 18 into 1, 18 into 0.6 is 10.8. 5 into 0.6 is 3 meters per second. Man also starts moving in the same direction. Same direction means relative speed is S1 minus S2. What is the time taken to cross the train? Time is, length is only L1 because S1 is, L2 is negligible because the length of the man is negligible. Whenever two bodies are traveling in the same direction, relative speed is S1 minus S2. So L1 is 500, S1 minus S2 is 20 minus 3. It is 17 seconds. Answer is 500 by 17. I hope I have answered your question, Krishna. Clear, sir? Basic questions to start with. Suppose, just to add on to this question, refer to question 2. If the man starts moving in the opposite direction to as that of a train at a speed of 10.8, what should be the answer? Time is L1 divided by S1 plus S2. L1 is 500, S1 plus S2. Why plus S2? Because question is opposite. Whenever two bodies are traveling in opposite direction, relative speed is sum of the speeds. Please listen carefully. You might ignore very easily now, as of now, saying that opposite means some, same directions means a difference, and you think that they are all very easy to remember. Yes, these easy concepts only are actually required for you to solve 7th and 8th and 9th and 10th questions. Please listen very carefully, sir. Now, S1 plus S2 is how much? 720 plus 3, 23 seconds. Starting with easy questions. 4 different conditions we got it. 4 different conditions, 4 different problems based on those conditions. I hope it is clear. Suppose your question is, last question, because of 4 different cases I am drafting 4 different easy questions. If the length of train and platform are 500 and 700 meters respectively, length of train is 500, length of platform is 700, find the time taken by the train moving at 54 kilometers per hour. Speed of train is 54 kilometers per hour. Multiply by 5 by 18. So it is 3 into 5, 15 meters per second to cross the platform. This is the second condition where it is platform. So it is time is L1 plus L2 divided by only the platform, only platform is not moving, only the train is moving. So if the train is moving, it is only S1. So L1 plus L2 is 1200 divided by S1 is how much? 15. 15 into 8 is 120. So it is 80 seconds. It is 80 seconds. I hope everyone is clear, sir. Four different cases we discussed. First case is a case where the train is moving, crossing a man or a pole. Second case is a case where the train is crossing a platform or a bridge. Third case is a case where a train is crossing another train moving in the same direction. Fourth case is a case where the train is moving, another train moving in. I reconnected my audio system. Just check it now, sir. Is it audible now? Please check it now and give your feedbacks. Is it still not audible, sir? I reconnected my audio system. Just check one more time. I'll just wait for another 10-15 seconds to see some more yes. Very good, very good, very good. Now, let me draft the question once again. Lakshmi Narayan answer is incorrect, sir. Please check the answer. I am drafting the question once again, sir. Now see here. The question is, two trains of length 150 meters and 250 meters run on parallel lines. The total length is 150 plus 250. We all know that the numerator is always L1 plus L2. So it is 400 meters. The next statement says, when they run in the same direction, it will take 20 seconds to cross each other. And when they run in the opposite direction, it will take 5 seconds. Find the speeds of two trains, right? Find the speeds of two trains. Now see here. I will call the speeds of two trains as P and Q meters per second respectively. If I call the speeds of two trains as P and Q meters per second respectively, now question says, when the first of all speed is equal to distance by time. speed is equal to distance by time. So can I say that when they run in the same direction means the speed is nothing but the difference between the speed. So speed is nothing but the difference, P minus Q. Distance is nothing but the total length. It is L1 plus L2. It is 400. Time. When they run in the same direction, how much time it will take? 20 seconds. So P minus Q is nothing but 400 by 20, it is 20. This is the first equation. Similarly, when they run in the opposite direction, it will take 5 seconds. Opposite direction means the speed is nothing but P plus Q is equal to distance. Distance is still L1 plus L2 400 divided by time. It will take how many seconds? 5 seconds. So P plus Q is nothing but 400 by 5 is 80. So this is my second equation. Solve these two equations, you will get the answer. 2P is equal to 100. P is equal to 50. If P is equal to 50, Q should be remaining 30 because P plus Q is 80. Answer is 50 and 30. I hope it is clear. We are only discussing a concept of relative speed concept to solve such kind of problems. Please remember, relative speed is nothing but the difference between the speed if they are in the same direction. It is the sum of the speeds if they are in the opposite directions. I hope it is clear, sir. Next question. Now listen to this very carefully. We are moving on to the last 5 problems, probably with slightly higher level questions. I am again drafting the question for you. See here, sir. First let us understand the question, then we will try to solve the question in a very easy way. See here, sir. Suppose first read the question. A train X starts at point P at 8 p.m. and travel towards Q for 12 hours to cover a distance of 530 kilometers. Same is the case from Q to P also, right? That is something which you need to understand. Another train Y starts at Q at 10 p.m. and travel towards P. That also will cover a distance of 530 kilometers. At what distance from P will both the trains meet? Now, forget about this question, sir. Same question I am writing in a diagrammatic format. First, don't worry about X, P, Y, all those things. Just listen to this carefully. Suppose there are 2 points. Let the 2 points be A and B, right? Let the 2 points be A and B. The distance between 2 points A and B is given as 530 kilometers. The distance between 2 points A and B is given as 530 kilometers. There is a train A at point A. Assume that the train name is also A. There is a train A at point A. That train will start at 8 o'clock in the night. It is traveling towards point B. There is another train B at point B. That train will start at 12 o'clock. Sorry, that train will start at 10 o'clock in the night. That is traveling towards point A. They are saying that it takes 12 hours to cover this 530 kilometers. From A to B it takes 12 hours. From B to A also it takes 12 hours. Your question is, this train is traveling in this direction. This is traveling in the opposite direction. At some point when they are coming in the opposite tracks or different tracks, at some point they will meet. That meeting point I will call it as M. Your question is, at what distance from A? Instead of P, I am putting it as A here. At what distance from A will they meet? Right? Your question is, at what distance? At what distance from A? At what distance from A will they meet? This is the question, right? At what distance from A will they meet? That means in this question they are asking you the distance from A till the meeting point M. That means they are asking you the distance AM, right? They are asking you the distance AM. Now listen to this carefully, sir. If I try to solve this question just like the numbers, just with the numbers which is given in the question, let us see what is the disadvantage. Speed is the distance by time. Distance of speed of train A is nothing but distance is 530, time is 12. Speed of train B is, again it will travel 530, time is 12. but 530 by 12 is nothing but not a whole number. It is a fractional value. If you start working with a fraction from first step, you will keep on encountering fractions in all the subsequent steps, and thereby you will solve the questions in a very tedious method. We are not interested in using fractions. Our intention in time and work and time, speed and distance is to eliminate fractions. Because of eliminating fractions, we assume the distance as LCM or a distance as constant. Now, I don't want to work with fraction. What is the meaning of not to work with fraction? If I want not to work with fraction, that means I should cancel the denominator. Denominator should not be there. That means I should cancel 12. If I want to cancel 12, what number should I have in the numerator? I should have any multiple of 12, because 12 by 12 will cancel, 24 by 12 will cancel, 36 by 12 will cancel, 120 by 12 also will cancel. Take any multiple of 12. That means the distance given in the question is 530, but I know that distance is constant. So what I will do is, I will assume the distance as some multiple of 12 just to avoid fractions. For example, 120 kilometers. I am assuming the distance as 120 kilometers. This is my assumption. Like the way I solved all the question, I will solve the question everything according to my assumption, and I will finally convert the question according to the data given in the question. I will assume the distance as 120. Finally, in the last step, we will convert it to 530. If I assume it as 120, again I am rewriting the diagrams for your clarity. Suppose I am just writing it for your understanding. A is starting at 8 o'clock, B is starting at 10 o'clock. The distance between A and B is given as 530, but I am assuming it as 120 for my easy calculations. And the time between A and B to travel is 12 hours. The time between B and A is also 12 hours. If I assume it as 120, speed of first train is 120 by 12. It is 10 kilometers per hour, which is a whole number. Speed of second train is 120 by 12. Again, it is 10 kilometers per hour. I hope everyone is clear till this point. Now listen to this carefully, sir. If I continue the problem says first train is starting at 8 o'clock. Second train is starting at 10 o'clock. That means, can I say that till 10 o'clock, from 8 o'clock till 10 o'clock, train A is traveling alone. Train A is only traveling. B is starting at 10 o'clock itself. Till 10 o'clock, train A is alone traveling. How much time A will travel alone? From 8 o'clock to 10 o'clock. How much time it will travel alone? For 2 hours. In 1 hour, it will cover 10 kilometers. In 1 hour, it is 10 kilometers. But it will travel alone for 2 hours. In 2 hours, it will travel how many kilometers? 20 kilometers. That means train A is traveling for 2 hours alone, and it is covering 20 kilometers. Now, this point, if I call it as C, this C is nothing but a point of 10 o'clock, right? It is at a point of 10 o'clock, right? Now, from this 10 o'clock point, train A will continue to travel in this direction. Train B will start to travel in the opposite direction, right? It will start to travel in the opposite direction. Now, listen to this carefully. From 10 o'clock, both the trains are traveling in the opposite direction. A will continue in this direction, B will start to travel in the opposite direction. Now, out of total 120 kilometers which is there, already 20 kilometers is traveled by A alone. Out of 120, 20 is already covered. Remaining 100 kilometers need to be traveled by both the trains together, both A and B together. That means remaining 100 kilometers need to be covered by both A and B together. That means time is nothing but distance by speed. Distance that both the train needs to travel is how much? 100 kilometers. Speed is nothing but, whenever two bodies are traveling in the opposite direction, speed is nothing but the addition of the speeds. So it is 10 plus 10. 10 plus 10 is 20. 100 by 20 is 5 hours. That means, can I say that from this point, both the trains will travel for 5 more hours, and then they will meet, at some point, right? They will meet at some point. Which point they will meet? If I take train A, in 1 hour it will cover 10 kilometers, but it will travel for 5 hours. 1 hour 10, 5 hours it is 50 kilometers. That means from this point it will train A will travel for 50 kilometers and it will meet train B. That is the meeting point. Your question is at what distance from A will they meet is the question, right? At what distance from A will they meet is the question. That means according to my assumption, right? According to my assumption, meeting distance from A. According to my assumption, meeting distance from A is nothing but this 20 is covered, again 50 is covered, then it is meeting. According to my assumption, meeting distance from A is 70 kilometers. Similarly, according to my assumption, distance is 120 kilometers. But according to the question, distance is not 120, distance is 530. According to question, what is the meeting distance from A? If you do not have a multiplying factor, cross multiply and simplify. The best thing about this way of solving is only in the last step you will get fraction. But if you have taken that 530 in the starting of the problem itself, every step you would have got the problem. Whatever the answer you get in fraction or decimal, that will be the answer. Do not worry about the final answer. Final answer is just a simplification and a number. I am sure that you know how to simplify two fractions. I hope it is clear. I am assuming the distance as 120. For all the people who are giving the answer as 70, please remember 70 is nothing but the answer if the distance is 120. But the distance is not 120. Distance 120 is according to my assumption. But according to question it is 530. Cross multiply and simplify. You are right, Shiva Prasad. Answer is approximately 309. I hope it is clear, sir. Very, very logical way of solving the questions. Vinod, if nothing is mentioned in the question, by default it is true that both are taking same distance, both are traveling same distance, both are taking same number of hours. We will see what if they are taking different number of hours also, Vinod. That also we will see. Vikrant, according to assumption, no need. That is according to you, sir. You are assuming that you don't need it. Please go with your method. There are so many students who think that this is the best method. Let them take what is the best method for them. This is how we solved all the problems, Vikrant, in time, speed and distance. We assumed something, we found out finally according to question. That is what the methodology I want to implement in students to make it easy. Probably for all the students who are watching this video, right after the class is over, take similar kind of questions, put some numerical values, solve 5 questions. I am sure that the 6th question you will try to solve without using pen, and that too little bit fast. I hope it is clear. Next question. Next one. See here, sir. This question says, at what distance from A will they meet? They are asking you the distance. Suppose, another question I will take. Suppose, for example, I will explain you the question with a diagram. A train is traveling from A to B. A train is traveling from A to B. Everyone listen to this carefully, sir. A train is traveling from A to B. Suppose, for example, there is a train at point A. It is starting at 8 p.m. There is another train at this is moving towards B. There is another train at point B. This is starting at 11 p.m. This is moving towards A. And they are also telling in the question that it will take 7 hours for both to reach the destination. From A to B it takes 7 hours. For B to A also it takes 7 hours. Now your question is, at what time will they meet is the question. In the previous question we discussed distance. At what time will they meet is the question. Now we are interested in calculating the time, right? At what time will they meet is the question. Now listen to this carefully. Pushpak, I will come back to your doubt after this problem, sir. Please wait for 2 minutes. At what time will they meet? Now same logic, same analogy I will implement, sir. I know that the distance is constant, so I will assume the distance as some multiple of 7, because speed is the distance by time, denominator will be 7. If I want to eliminate that 7, then I will definitely assume it as a multiple of 7. Suppose if I take 70 kilometers, sir, should we always take 10 times of multiples of some number? No, no, nothing like that. You take any multiple of 7 in this case, you will still get the same answer at the end, right? Now see here, if I assume it as 70, speed of A is 70 by 7, 10 kilometers per hour. Speed of train B is 70 by 7, again it is 10 kilometers per hour, right? Again it is 10 kilometers per hour. Now same methodology I will implement. Train A is starting at 8 o'clock. Train B is starting at 11 o'clock. That means till 11 o'clock, train A is traveling alone, because train B itself is starting at 11 o'clock. Till 11 o'clock, train A is traveling alone. How much time train A will travel alone? For 3 hours, because 8 o'clock to 11 o'clock is 3 hours. In 1 hour, it will cover 10 kilometers. But it will travel for 3 hours. In 3 hours it will cover how much? 30 kilometers. That means train A alone traveled for 3 hours and 30 kilometers. This point C is nothing but a point of 11 o'clock. From 11 o'clock, train A will continue to travel in this direction. Train B will start to travel in the opposite direction. Right? Now, again same analogy. Out of total 70 kilometers, 30 kilometers is already traveled by train A. Now train B also will start at 11 o'clock. Out of 70, 30 is over. Remaining 40 kilometers need to be traveled by both the trains. Right? Remaining 40 kilometers need to be traveled by both the trains. Time is nothing but distance by speed. Distance both of them need to travel is 40. Speed is nothing but 10 plus 10. It is 20. 40 by 20 is 2 hours. That means, can I say that from this point, from 11 o'clock, they both will travel for 2 more hours. They both will travel for 2 hours, and that will become the meeting point of both the trains. From 11 p.m. If they travel for 2 more hours, from 11 p.m. if they travel for 2 more hours, what will be the answer? Answer is 1 a.m. Answer for this question is 1 a.m. Very, very logical and very, very easy way of solving. No variables, no formulas, no equations. Logically, you can try to tell the answer, sir. Very good, Deepak. You have corrected it. But I think you have still not corrected it, Deepak. Answer is not 1 p.m. Answer is 1 a.m. Please be very careful with p.m. and a.m. Both the options will be given. I hope it is clear, sir. Very, very logical way of solving. You need not waste your time in doing so many unnecessary things. You can actually solve it very, very easily. First question is distance. Second question is time. Vikrant, I hope it is clear, sir. Now, just to tell you, suppose for example, previous question we solved distance. We are not interested in distance, sir. Suppose for example, I am just drafting the previous question once again. What was the question? Train is starting from A to B. Train is traveling from A to B. 8 p.m. This is 10 p.m. The distance is 5:30. Forget about it. Time is 12 hours. So I assume the distance as 120 kilometers. Suppose this question, if the question is at what time will they meet? At what distance from A will they meet? We already solved it. Suppose if I tell at what time will they meet? Now listen to this carefully, sir. Same logic. 8 o'clock to 10 o'clock. First of all, speed is 10 kilometers. This speed is also 10 kilometers. These are all same thing what I wrote in the previous problem. 8 o'clock to 10 o'clock, 2 hours. It will travel alone. 1 hour 10, 2 hours 20. 20 is already over. 20 is already over. Out of 120, 20 is over. Remaining 100 kilometers by both. This is a point of 10 p.m. Right? This is a point of 10 p.m. Speed is distance by time. Time is distance by speed. Distance is 100. Speed is nothing but relative speed. Opposite is 10 plus 10, 20. 100 by 20 is 5 hours. That means from 10 p.m. From 10 p.m. they will travel for 5 more hours. From 10 p.m. they will travel for 5 more hours, and that becomes the meeting point. From 10 p.m. if they travel for 5 more hours, what will be the answer? 11 p.m., 12 a.m., 1 a.m., 2 a.m., and finally it is 3 a.m. Easy way of solving, sir. Unnecessarily, because we don't know so many beautiful concepts like the way we are discussing. We are struggling in aptitude. I hope it is clear. Vikrant, I believe that you are understanding how to solve that kind of tricky questions, sir. To be very honest with you, Vikrant, I cannot straightforward come to this kind of problems if I do not discuss the basics. I believe, I repeat 1,000 times. Basics, if you ignore, you are ignoring aptitude. Please remember, it is not only for one student, it is for all the viewers who are watching this video. The more you think that these are all very, very slightly, very basic questions, you will struggle at the end. This is my experience seeing so many students. Raj Kiran, Anil sir already gave you the information, sir. You can contact to my director at that particular number. I hope it is clear, sir. Next one. Probably last 3 questions or before we wind up the session. Now, you can type this question in Google. This is the original bank examination question. Same question which came in the examination. I am drafting it here. You can refer in Google, sir. You can check it out which year, which exam, all those things. Google will be a very, very good friend for you in knowing so many details. Now see here. A train starts at Meerut at 5 a.m. and reaches Delhi at 9 a.m. I'll draft the diagram. A person is starting from Meerut to Delhi. At Meerut he will start at 5 a.m. He is reaching Delhi at 9 a.m. That means the starting and ending times are given in this question. Unlike the previous question, where ending time was not given, in this question it is given. A train starts Meerut at 5 a.m. and reaches Delhi at 9 a.m. Next statement. Another train leaves Delhi at 7 a.m. and reaches Meerut at 10:30 a.m. Right? Another train leaves Delhi at 7 a.m. From Delhi it will start at 7 a.m. and reaches Meerut at 10:30 a.m. Right? And reaches Meerut at 10:30 a.m. Your question is, at what time do the trains cross each other? At what time do the trains cross each other? Now, listen to this carefully, sir. Same analogy I'll implement. I will only implement one particular logic which we kept on discussing from part 1 of time, speed and distance. That is nothing but distance is constant. You will understand the importance of this in such kind of high level questions what we are discussing right now. Now I know that distance is constant. First of all, time taken from Meerut to Delhi, how much it is? 5 o'clock to 9 o'clock is 4 hours. Similarly, time taken from Delhi to Meerut, how much it is? 7 o'clock to 10:30 a.m. It is 3.5 hours. 3.5 hours is nothing but 7/2 hours. Now see here, I know that the distance is constant. So what I will do is, I will take the distance as LCM of the given numbers. So I will assume the distance as LCM of the given numbers. LCM of 4, 7/2. LCM of fractions, 4 is 4/1. LCM of fractions is nothing but LCM of numerator, 4 and 7 LCM is 28, divided by HCF of denominator, 1 and 2 HCF is 1. So 28/1 is 28 kilometers. I am assuming the distance as 28 kilometers. This is my assumption. It may or may not be the correct value, right? I am assuming it as 28 kilometers. Now, listen to this carefully. Pushpak, I'll definitely come back to your doubt, sir. I forgot it. I'll come back to your doubt after this problem. 28 kilometers is my assumption. Now, if I take 28 kilometers as my assumption, what is the speed of Meerut train? Speed is nothing but distance by time. Distance it will travel is 28. Time it will take is 4 hours. 28 by 4 is 7 kilometers per hour. Similarly, speed of a Delhi train is nothing but distance it will travel is 28. Time is 7 by 2 hours. That by 2 will come above. 7 into 4. 4 into 2 is 8 kilometers per hour. I hope it is clear. Speed is 8 kilometers per hour. Now this is nothing but your previous question. Apply the same logic. Now if I use the same logic, this train is starting at 5 o'clock. This train is starting at 7 o'clock. That means till 7 o'clock, Meerut train will travel alone. How much distance it will travel? In 1 hour it will cover 7 kilometers. In 2 hours it will cover how much? 14 kilometers. Out of total 28 kilometers, Meerut train will travel for 2 hours and it will cover 14 kilometers. Out of 28, 14 is covered already. This point C is nothing but a point of 7 o'clock. From 7 o'clock, Meerut train will continue to travel. Delhi train will start to travel in the opposite direction. Out of 28, 14 is already done. Remaining 14 kilometers need to be traveled by both the trains. Same logic. Time is distance by speed. Distance both need to travel is 14. Speed is nothing but sum of the speeds. 7 plus 8 is nothing but 15. Why sum? Because it is opposite direction. 14 by 15 hours. That means 14 by 15. 14 by 15 into 60 minutes. 15 into 1, 15 into 4. 14 into 4 is 56 minutes. That means the meaning of 56 minutes is from 7 o'clock, from this point 7 o'clock, both the train will start to travel in the opposite direction. From 7 o'clock, they both will travel for 56 minutes and then they will meet it. From 7 o'clock, if they travel for 56 more minutes, what will be the time? 7:56 a.m. Answer for this question is 7:56 a.m. My sincere suggestion for all the viewers watching this video is, please type the same question in Google and please see the methodology which is implemented in getting the answer as 7:56 a.m. Probably then you will realize the importance of this kind of methods. I am coming to the live chat for the next 1 minute, sir. Can we get some more practice problems from your sides, please? Now, I don't know your name, sir. It is little difficult also to pronounce whatever you have given there. But what you can probably do is, you can call me to my number. This is my number. Please take down my number. You can call me to my number 7795734445. Let me try my level best to help you out with some other extra questions. Ravi Kumar, please explain once again. Ravi Kumar, I believe that till here it is correct, clear for you, because it's the same logic what is explained in the previous two problems. Till here, 7 o'clock, this will continue to travel, this will start to travel. Out of total 28, 14 is over. Remaining 14 needs to be traveled by both the trains. So, distance needs to be traveled by both is 14. Speed is nothing but sum of the speeds. 7 plus 8 is 15. 14 by 15 hours. Convert it to minutes. 14 by 15 into 60 minutes. 15 into 1, 15 into 4. 14 into 4 is 56 minutes. From 7 o'clock, they will travel for 56 more minutes. And then at some point they will meet Ravi Kumar. From 7 o'clock, if they travel for 56 minutes, answer is 7:56 a.m. I hope it is clear. Answer is 7:56 a.m. Pushpak, sir, in last problem you took cross multiplication of two distance. Why not use the proportionality concept? Now, I hope Anil sir has already explained. You can use the proportionality also, Pushpak. Suppose now, simple way of answering your question. Everything what we are doing is nothing but cross multiplication or proportionality. Both are same. Suppose one pen will cost 5 rupees. This is something which I took in one of the class also. 7 pens will cost how many rupees? In our school days, we multiplied using cross multiplication. Question mark into 1 is 7 into 5. That is what we solved in school days. Instead of using variables, 1 is becoming 7. Multiply by 7. 5 also multiply by 7. Answer is 35. That means If you are able to get the multiplying factor easily, apply multiplying factors method, proportionality method. If you think that you are finding it little difficult to find out a multiplying factor, cross multiply. Whenever you get a fractional answer at the end or a decimal answer at the end, usually multiplying factors will be difficult to find. So that is the reason I cross multiplied. Purnima, your feedback is taken, ma. We will come back to data interpretation. We will go topic by topic. Ravi Kumar, I hope it is clear, because it is clear. Next question. Next one. Good, Pushpak. Now see here. Two trains starts from P and Q respectively. I am just drafting the question. Just give me a minute of time, sir, so that you too can read the question. Now see here. Question is, two trains start from P and Q respectively and travel towards each other at speeds of 50 kilometers per hour and 40 kilometers per hour respectively. Write the diagram. Two trains start from P and Q respectively and travel towards each other at the speeds of 50 kilometers per hour and 40 kilometers per hour respectively. This is the first statement. Next, by the time they meet, at some point they will meet. By the time they meet, the first train has traveled 100 kilometers more than the second train, right? The first train has traveled 100 kilometers more than the second train. Your question is, what is the distance between P and Q? They are asking you, what is the distance between P and Q? This is the distance they are asking in the question. Now listen to this carefully, sir. If nothing is mentioned in the question, by default they are starting at the same time. Please underline that statement. If nothing is mentioned, by default they are starting at same time. They might start at 8 o'clock together, 9 o'clock together, or whatever it is. It makes no difference if nothing is mentioned. Now see here. Listen to this carefully. I want to find the distance, but I know that the distance is constant. I'll assume it as LCM of 50 and 40. LCM of 50 and 40 is 200. I am assuming the distance as 200 kilometers. This is my assumption. It may or may not be the correct value. Right? It may or may not be the correct value. Now, listen to this carefully. If I assume it as 200 kilometers, first train. Now, can I say that both the trains are starting at the same time? Speed is equal to distance by time. Time is equal to distance by speed. Distance is nothing but 200 kilometers. Speed is nothing but addition of the speeds because they are in opposite direction. 50 plus 40 is 90. So 200 by 90 is 20 by 9 hours. Right? That means they both will travel for 20 by 9 hours. I hope it is clear. They both will travel for 20 by 9 hours. Now, if I take that 20 by 9 hours, train P, in 1 hour it will cover 50 kilometers. Train P in 1 hour it will cover 50 kilometers, but it is actually traveling for 20 by 9 hours, right? It is actually traveling for 20 by 9 hours. 1 hour 50, 20 by 9 hours, how much? 1 should become 20 by 9, multiply by 20 by 9. 50 also multiply by 20 by 9. 20 by 9 into 50 is 1000 by 9 kilometers. So train P will travel for 1000 by 9 kilometers, right? Train P will travel for 1000 by 9 kilometers. Similarly, train Q, in 1 hour it is 40 kilometers. In 1 hour it is 40 kilometers. But this will also travel for 20 by 9 hours. 1 is becoming 20 by 9 into 20 by 9. 40 into 20 by 9 is 800 by 9 kilometers. 800 by 9 kilometers. That means train Q is traveling from here to here 800 by 9 kilometers. Train P is 1000 by 9. Train Q is 800 by 9. Then they will meet. 1000 by 9 plus 800 by 9 is 1800 by 9. 1800 by 9 is nothing but 200 kilometers, which we assumed. Now listen to this carefully. I assumed it as 200. Because of my assumption of 200 only, I am getting all these 1000 by 9 and 800 by 9. That means, can I say that according to my assumption, by the time they meet, one train has traveled 1000 by 9 kilometers, another train has traveled 800 by 9 kilometers. That means, can I say that by the time they meet, one train has traveled how much more than the other train? 200 by 9 kilometers more than the other train, because 1000 by 9 minus 800 by 9 is 200 by 9. That means, according to my assumption, one train has traveled how much more than the other train? 200 by 9 kilometers more than the other train. But according to the question, one train has traveled how much more than the other train? 100 kilometers more than the other train. Similarly, according to my assumption, distance is 200 kilometers. According to question, how much they are asking? 200 by 9 should become 100. If you don't find multiplying factor, don't multiply vertically, multiply horizontally. 200 by 9 should become 200. Multiply by 9, because 200 by 9 by into 9 will cancel, you are left with 200. 100 also multiply by 9. What should be the answer? 900 kilometers. Very easily you can solve this kind of questions using the concept of LCM. Very easy, sir. You are unnecessarily making complex without knowing this kind of shortcut. That is what I personally believe. It really makes the problems become very simple with a little bit of more practice. You should practice 5 to 6 questions of the same variety so that the questions becomes very easy. I hope everyone is clear. Just see the question for the next 1 minute. Just see the question, sir. Any doubt, please post it. Raja Bhai, ratio method. Okay, Raja Bhai, because you asked me this question, only because you asked me this question, I will take one more last question of today's class, which I will solve it in ratios method. Because I did not discuss ratios concept till now, I did not solve by ratios method. Because you are asking me, I will take one question, sir. I hope this question is clear. Next. Now, everyone see this question. Very good and excellent question, sir. Again, my suggestion for everyone who is watching this video is, please type the same question once again in Google and see the methodology they have implemented. See the methodology you will see in my session. You will understand the difference. Just type. Just if you type Patik and Rahi started, you will get the entire question in Google. Vikrant. Slightly difficult question, sir, that is. So, I'll come back to that question later on. First, listen to this question, sir. Now, let us understand. First, let us read the question. Last question of today's class. Patik and Rahi started from two places, Andheri and Bhavnagar, towards Bhavnagar and Andheri respectively at 8:20 a.m. Let us write statement by statement. There are two people. One person is Patik and the other person is Rahi. They started from two places, Andheri and Bhavnagar, towards Bhavnagar and Andheri at 8:20 a.m. Both are starting at the same time, 8:20 a.m. This is the first statement. I hope everyone is clear with the first statement. Right? Everyone is clear with the first statement. Now, read the next statement. The speeds of Patik and Rahi are in the ratio 4:5. This is for the student. I think I forgot his name, sir. Rajabai. Listen to this, sir, because you asked me this question. I am just taking in a ratio question. The speeds of Patik and Rahi are in the ratio 4 is to 5. Speed ratio is given as 4 is to 5. Right? Speed ratio is given as 4 is to 5. Next, continue reading the question. The next question says, they meet at Chandini Chowk, somewhere between Andheri and Bhavnagar, spent some time together for coffee and burger, and then both started towards their destination at 9:27 am. They are saying that between A and B, at some point C, they both are meeting, and they spent some time at point C, and after spending some time at point C, both will start from to travel to their destination at 9:27 am. That means Patik will start from point C at 9:27 to travel towards Bhavnagar. Rahi will also start at 9:27 at point C to travel towards Andheri. That is the meaning of this. Right? Now, the last statement is, if Patik reaches Bhavnagar at 10:32 am, Patik will reach Bhavnagar at 10:32 am. How much time did they spend together? That means at point C, how much time they both were there is the question. I hope the question is very, very clear. Right? Now see here. Very, very logical way of solving. Now think logically. Speed ratio is given as 4 is to 5. Can I say that the time ratio will be 1 by 4 is to 1 by 5, or it is reverse 5 by 5 is to 4? Now see here. Time ratio is 5 is to 4. Now what is the meaning of time ratio is 5 is to 4? Before that, Patik is at this point. He will start at 9:27 from C. He will reach Bhavnagar at 10:32. That means time taken by Patik to travel from point C to Bhavnagar is 9:27 to 10:32. How much time it is? 1 hour 5 minutes. 1 hour 5 minutes is nothing but 65 minutes. That means to travel from here to here, Patik is taking 65 minutes. I hope it is clear. Patik is taking 65 minutes. Can I say that the time ratio is nothing but 5 is to 4? What is the meaning of 5 is to 4? Can I say that to travel from point C to point B, Patik is taking 5 minutes. That is according to ratio. According to ratio, Patik is taking 5 minutes to travel from C to B. According to question, Patik is taking 65 minutes to travel from C to B. 5 into 13 is 65. 4 also multiply by 13. 4 into 13 is how much? 52 minutes. That means, what is the meaning of 52 minutes? Meaning of 52 minutes is, Rahi will take 52 minutes to travel the same distance from B to C. I hope it is clear. To travel the same distance from B to C, Rahi will take 52 minutes. That means Rahi started at 8:20 am and he started at B. From B to C, he took 52 minutes. That means Rahi will meet at 9:12 am. 8:20 plus 52 is 9:12 am. That means they both of them met at 9:12 am and they both again started from point C at 9:27 am. They met at 9:12 am and they left at 9:27 am. They both were together for how much time? 15 minutes. One of the beautiful questions which you can have in terms of trains. Probably you can take this question in terms of trains. Very, very logical way of solving in terms of ratios concept, sir. I hope everyone has understood this question. I hope it is clear. Now, one of the students has asked me a doubt. Can I know your actual name, sir, if you don't mind, so that it will be little easy for me to communicate? First, see this particular question and check if any one of you has any doubt in this problem. Very, very logical way of solving by using a concept of ratios. Anyway, we will come back to ratios problem and see how to solve this kind of 5 is becoming 65, all those things. We will see more or ratios problems in this method itself. Not by using let it be x ratio, x and y, all those things. We will eliminate that x and y variables. They will spend together. Question is how much time they will spend together. They will spend from 9:12 to 9:27. They will be together. That means they will be together for 15 minutes. Ramya, I believe that you have joined a little late, ma, because I did not see anything, any doubt or any chat from you from the last 1 hour. So it will be extremely difficult for you to understand if you have joined late. My suggestion for you, Ramya, is please call me to my number after the class so that I will help you out. Yes, question. Yes, because it's a very important question. Now, a student has asked me a question. Even after taking LCM, we got fraction. Yes, sometimes you might get fraction, sir. So, in the previous question, if I take the previous question P and Q, the question says this is at 50 kilometers, 40 kilometers, LCM we took it as 200. It is becoming 200, sorry, 200 kilometers. It is becoming fraction because speed is distance by time. Distance is 200. Time is 50 plus 40, 90. That means preferably don't take 200 distance. Take any multiple of 90 or take any multiple of 9. That means if I take a 900, I will avoid fraction. But actually 900 itself is the right answer, sir. So sometimes you might get fractions. It all depends upon the way you think. If you are little smart, to avoid this 90 in the first step itself, you will not take 200. You will take a 900 or some other multiple of 90. Eureka. More new type questions, sir. Vikrant, very good question today. That is the reason I requested you to wait for some time, Vikrant. My sincere request for all the students who are watching this video is, I will always start with ABCD. Whatever you say, I will always start with ABCD. With alphabets only, I will make you create words. With words only, I will make you create sentences. My intention of every class is, right now, initially in the start of the class, I will have stones with me. Stones should become brick. Brick should become the monument in the 1.5 hours of class. That is the intention. Please do not make any conclusions in the starting of the class. Whatever, whoever says, whatever it is, I will definitely start with basics because I want to touch and transform every student who are not good in aptitude. And that too with basics. Mahesh, very good, sir. Now, there are some students who are asking, Eureka, more new type questions, sir. I'll come back to it, sir. And there are some more students who asked me, if I am not wrong in the starting of the class, please give more and more questions for practice. Now, before I wind up the session, there is another topic in time, speed and distance called as average speed. This average speed topic, today's session is, if I am not wrong, okay, today is not averages. Somewhere in this week, I have planned to take a topic on averages, mixtures and allegations. When I take averages topic, I will also discuss average speed topic in that case. I hope it is clear, sir. Gautam, time, speed and distance, last sum in different approach. Gautam, that was the first problem in application of AM and HM. And I believe that you attended my session today from the start, because I see that you say good morning to me at the start of the session. That is already discussed, Gautam. Is it offline available for download? Because my answer for this is partial yes. Anil sir has said not available, but I'll say it as partial yes. I'll come back to it in another 1 minute, sir. Now, for all the students who are saying that you require more number of questions, you require more questions to practice, offline video download or whatever it is, again and again I am saying this, sir, for all the students who are watching these videos, I will not be discussing one topic in time, speed and distance, and that topic is called as boats and streams. Because of time constraint, I will not be discussing, but there are so many beautiful questions, excellent varieties of questions in boats and streams in our 96 hours of video content. I will not be discussing boats and stream because of time constraint. And whatever the questions which I discuss in today's class, other than those questions, you will also find a few more extra questions in our 96 hours of video content, which is nothing but the regular class what we take in our live in our office. This 96 hours video content is nothing but the regular classroom session. Whatever we take in our office, suppose I am taking a class, 100 students are sitting in my class for example, all the students will listen to my class. A 5D Canon camera is kept. Every question is recorded. A student asked me a doubt. Doubt also is recorded. Some other student's doubt will become your doubt because you are listening to the video content. 96 hours of video content. Quality questions in boards and streams are there, which I will not be able to discuss in this live YouTube class because of time constraint. You can revise this, you can rewind, you can pause, you can replay, you can do the same process unlimited number of times. You can do it any number of times. Unlimited number of times you can watch the same content until you master all the topics. My suggestion for all the students is, in the next few days, whatever we have discussed in the YouTube live class from the last 2 weeks of time, all these YouTube live class also will be available for the students who take this 96 hours of video content at no extra paisa. It will be completely free of cost. I am repeating, the YouTube live class will only be completely free of cost if you take this 96 hours of video content. And the best part about this 96 hours of video content is, you need not wait for Ajay to come and take the class at 6:15 a.m. You can happily sleep for some more time, and you can extend your sleep, and you can watch the content any point of a time, any number of time. Night 7 o'clock, evening 4 o'clock, morning 3 o'clock, evening 6 o'clock. You feel that that particular time is comfortable, log in, watch, repeat, understand, enjoy beautifully. That's the only thing I can say that. For all the students, I am not saying you not to come for my 6:15 class. I'll be more than happy to teach my students. But I am only saying that this will make you learn at your own pace. This will make you learn at your own time. This will make you learn at your own comfort zone. That is what I am trying to say. 96 hours of video content. I only spoke to Amazon people for the first 10 enrollments. Any person who is interested, any person who you think that this 96 hours of video content will tremendously help your preparation, and also to learn some of the beautiful concept of boards and streams, which will help you in your examination. First 10 people only, actual cost of 25,000 will be given at a huge discounted price. Probably when you call to any of the above two numbers which I am writing right now, either to my particular number at 7795 73445, or to another director of our company 9985 85 1158, you will be very much surprised to see that the entire content of 96 hours, which will cost you 25,000 rupees, you will get it at a huge discounted price. I am sure that you will be shocked. You will be surprised to listen this particular price when you call to any of the numbers, sir. But having said that, please practice more and more questions. For all the students who said that we want more and more questions, this is the best option for you to learn more and more questions, sir. Right?
You can learn any subject, anywhere, any place, and on the go. Come, let us go the other way. skill learning, download our revolutionary app for free AMC.